Hello children. Today we are going to do very important part of our writing section, that is the long composition. It is equally applicable in 11th and 12th. Job application is actual reflection of us. Whenever we apply somewhere, what we are and what is our qualification, everything. Actually, it is our image. And every child, every student should know how to frame a CV or biodata. So in class 12th, they prepare you for this, that you should know that how to picturize yourself, how to write a particular that CV of you. So this is the practice of this. So let's start with our job application. First of all, introduction. What is job application? It means the letter. It's a letter written for getting a job. It's a primary means of introducing the job seeker to the employer. So through the job application, job seeker offers his or her service for a return. Just for example, a student, he has completed his engineering, when he has completed his medical, whatever the stream he has chosen, so he is now going to search for the job. So if he has a powerful CV, a powerful biodata, that carries the weightage. So here job application is that tool which help you to find a very good job. It's an application for employment acts as a personal advertisement. It contains appeal for the job along with the job seeker's personal biodata like name, address, qualification, experience, likes, dislike, your say that philosophy of life, everything what you are going to tell about you. It's in the written image. So introduction is job application. First of all, you should know what is the format of job application. See, job application is just like a formal letter, but the difference is that it consists of two parts. Always keep in mind this consists of two parts. First one is the covering letter and the second one is the biodata. So in the covering letter, you just write as you write in formal letter. The first thing, the sender's address. In sender's address, make sure to write the same address which is given in question paper. I am repeating one thing. Write only the address which is given in the question paper, not your real address, not your house address, only which is given. Then leave some space and then come to the date. Now, date when you're writing, two things keep in mind, that either it should be in British English or in American English. You're not supposed to write in Indian style of date. Just like I write 25th July or July 25. I am not going to write 25/7/2020 because that is not acceptable in English. So when you're writing date in English, make sure you're writing either British or American English, right? Then leave some space and then come to receiver's address, the third point. So receiver's address, when you're writing, make sure to write in 3 steps. So what are those 3 steps? First of all, the name of the official person, whether he is a manager, he is a principal, he is a director, okay, he is an editor, that is the official title or designation, okay. Second point, you write the name of the institution or organization, and third, the name of the place where that institution is located. And make sure to write in 3 lines, 3 steps. Don't write to the manager of this and that, don't write in zigzag way. It's always in 3 steps, and when you do these mistakes, you lose marks. So make sure you're writing in 3 steps. Coming to the punching line, that is the subject. For what we are writing this application, that is our punching line. It is just to receive the focus on the subject of the letter in one glance. Suppose if I am applying for the post of a teacher, similarly the post of an engineer, application for the post of a doctor. So you just have to write that punching line just only to get the focus. Coming to the next point, salutation. So now what is salutation? it is just to addressing the person. Okay, so make sure it's a formal way of writing, it's not informal, just like I write dear sir, dear ma'am. No, sir and ma'am are only journal greetings, it's a formal way of speaking. So write salutation, and when you're writing, you just note one thing: I'm leaving some space in between. So make sure to leave some space in between. Coming to the next one, cover letter. I am not just mentioning biodata right now, I am just telling the cover letter. You can see the cover letter. It's a main content of the letter, it's a body. Okay, it should be divided into 3 paragraphs or 2. That is up to you. I will preferably tell you to divide it into 3 paragraphs. In first paragraph, begin the body of the letter by mentioning the source, that from where did you get to know about that job, whether from some newspaper or some reliable sources. The punching line: through the this source I got to know about this post vacant in your institution. So in first paragraph, you just write the source of knowing about that job, from where did you get that knowledge. So coming to the second paragraph, you are supposed to offer your candidature by briefing about your qualification, your achievement, your experience, your strength. Okay, in other words, this paragraph should be an answer to the question that how you are perfect for the job, how you are eligible for that job. Okay, and make sure to keep 2 things in mind. It should be very practical way of writing. Don't be boastful, don't exaggerate about you. That is the wrong point. Just write the right thing which you are having about you. Third point is paragraph. That third point, in this body you are supposed to make a reference to the photograph, biodata or curriculum vitae, another detail that you have, and these so and so things you have enclosed with that, whether it is your document, and when you can appear for interview according to their convenience. So you are just requesting that I should be called on at any on any of the day of the week you are available for the interview. Then complimentary clause at the end of your letter. We always write a complimentary clause, and the words are yours faithfully or yours sincerely. And last is signature. Make sure to write signature here, because the normal and usual mistake which you do, you write signature at the end of the biodata. I am telling you, biodata is just a document which you have attached with your cover letter. So when your cover letter ends, your signature should end there. So when you're writing this, make sure to write signature in block letters. You write your name and just you write your signature, and leave another part and come to the biodata now. But before writing biodata points, always keep in mind that when you have signed, you are supposed to mention the heading enclosure. Suppose if I am writing a letter and I am attaching some documents along with that, I would just specify it, that enclosure, that what I have attached, whether these are the testimonials, these are the documents, these are my photographs, everything, the copies of the certificates, what I have attached, you just have to mention as enclosure at the end of the cover letter. Now come to biodata. So what is actually biodata? Biodata is divided into 4 parts. Okay, we call it curriculum vitae also, that's a CV. So first is your personal details, your qualification, experience, or you got some references, somebody has introduced you to this job. Now when you're starting biodata, first of all, make sure to write your name in capital letters. Then you see everything is left alignment. I'm not changing any of the format, no font I am changing, I'm just writing the way I have started. So father's name, mother's name, date of birth. Now what comes here, the thing which you should keep in mind, when you are completing 12th, so I am telling you to write your CV and you are applying for the job. Do you think you are eligible for the job? No, you have to write a fictitious date of birth that should be around the age of 25 or 26 or more than that, because you can't apply for the post of an engineer or a doctor at the age of 17 or 18. So you just have to imagine something which is 25 or 30 years old. Suppose if you are writing your date of birth, you don't write the real date of birth. It should be somewhere in 90s. It can be 99, 2001, 2003. So just make sure the year, because this is a basic point which we always keep in mind when we are going through a CV, that the person, he or she knows about the age criteria when you're writing CV, right? Your original date of birth you can write, but year of birth you have to think 25 or 26 years back. That is a basic point to keep in mind always. Another thing is your address also not real one, fictitious one. Age should be according to the date of birth. Then contact number, your email ID, your nationality, and marital status. So marital status, again, whether you are married or unmarried. Another point is qualification. Make 5 boxes in a tabular form. So first of all, name of the examination in the first column, name of the board or university, year of passing. Now here again one thing, when you're writing HSC and your date of birth which you have mentioned there, make sure to do just according to that. Suppose if you have written the year 2000, okay, so your date of birth is 2000, so just HSC should be in 2016. So your age very much matters here when you're writing HSC, because after writing HSC we simply write SSC, our graduation, our post graduation, by adding the year, 2 year, 3 year, according to that. But when you are writing HSC, make sure to do the addition of 16, year of passing. These points are very minutely cross checked. Then year of passing, then which subjects you have opted for, what was your total and percentage in your board exam or in university. So here according to the tabular form write your qualifications. Sometimes you can write your professional qualification also additionally. Suppose if you have done MBA, you have done MD, so whatever is there you just write according to that. Next is another points which you can add here, just like your work experience. If you have worked somewhere, you just write, or if you are not having any experience, you can write fresher also. What your achievements had been in your school life, in your university or college life, you can mention here. Then how many languages you know, what is your basic skill, what are your weaknesses, your hobbies, or any of the references, declaration you got, or date or place or signature. Coming to the points which you keep in consideration, few points, valuable points you keep in mind. Make sure you double check grammatical accuracy and spellings, because they carry marks. Leave adequate number of lines between paragraphs to make it look clean. Underlining the main points is very important, but it is advised to do it after finishing your exam, because you know that the time which is there, you have to write the paper first, then only you go for decoration. Pencil and scale you can use for underlining. Presentation in the paper is very important, the way you write the paper. For writing the formal letter application for job, make a habit of reading a lot of letters to get an idea. And never mention any of your personal details in board exams, especially your name, school name or address. Never write in one go. You just have many things in your mind when you're framing a letter. Make sure you follow the right format and make paragraphs, and don't use slang or short forms which we used to do in note making, but in letter writing it is not allowed. No slang words, no phrases. And try not to exceed the prescribed word limit, that is 150 or 200 words. That is up to you, don't exceed it. Now marking scheme, earlier the letter was of 7 or 8, now it is 5 marks only, as the syllabus is revised. So in that format would be of 1 mark, content 2 marks, and expression 2 marks. Now what is included in expression? Your grammar, your accuracy, and the way you have written the steps, that are your expressions. Okay, and word limit again I am telling 150 to 200. So children, I think this is very important part. You just have to make sure that you get mastery in writing your job application. This is a mandatory part of board examination, so make sure you excel in that. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy.